Hey guys, Devin back here with another video, and today I want to talk about the US $1 bill. So you'd think just your regular $1 bill usually has a president on the front. Yeah, that's George Washington right there, pretty obvious. They also have Federal Reserve note. This $1 bill came from Richmond, Virginia. There's 12 Federal Reserves, like I was talking about in a previous video. The bill is backwards just because I'm using my Mac, but I guess you guys get the point. But we flip it over to the back and we have a few different symbols. One of the symbols that stands out the most is this pyramid here. Now you guys, it's backwards, but if you want, I'm gonna put a picture of the US $1 bill on below this video in the description so you guys can see it the front way. But we have a couple different logo or different wordings here. On the top it says Annuit Coptis, that means favor our undertakings. On the bottom it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, and that means the New World Order, or new Order of the Ages. And the New World Order is, if you guys haven't read into that, it's pretty much the elites want to have a one world government where we all have the same currency, and it's just easier for the elites to make global decisions when all of us are under the same system. So that's pretty much it. But you're probably wondering what that eye means and what the pyramid means. Well, some would say that the eye is it just means the Eye of Providence, and it's God looking over the states and whatnot. It also says, "In God we trust," right there. It's backwards once again, but I'll put a picture of the $1 bill so you guys can see it in the description. But I would say this is a big deception. What the eye really means is, well, first of all, it's the all-seeing eye. And if you guys look, there is light shining out of the eye. And if we're getting into religion, Satanists and Luciferians, they believe that they believe that there's only, or they believe that knowledge is power. And for my research, I've looked into it, and they say that there's only a few people that hold the hidden knowledge of the earth. And I think it's very true, because if we knew the knowledge, like we all know there's a lot of knowledge and hidden artifacts below the Vatican. Well, why isn't the average human able to see that? Well, you got to think there's got to be some hidden knowledge there. And right now our human race is in the third dimension, and I've also read, if anybody's spiritual on this, viewing this video, I think we should be able to, as a human species, be able to get to the next dimension, which would be the fourth dimension, and that would be the spiritual dimension, where you can take your soul and transcend it. But these elites have kept us, the human race, down, and they're just knowledge seekers. They're all about ego. They're all about me. And it's pretty sad to see, but that is the world we're living in. Also, just to mention, you can see the pyramid as well. From what I've been researching, that pyramid is what the elites, that pyramid, like we are all building that pyramid as debt slaves to the system. Another symbolism there is that the pyramid is a physical structure, which represents all of us living in this physical reality. So I think that's pretty interesting to note. And another thing too is a lot of there's different levels in the pyramid. If you actually count the levels, there's 13 levels in the pyramid, like little slates in the pyramid. If you all also count on the bird, there's 13 leaves and 13 berries on that side, and there's 13 arrows on this side, and there's also 13 stars on the top. It all has to do with 13. Now this 13 comes from the original bloodline elite families, which I mentioned in a previous video. These families, some of them are the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, and it goes on and on. You can look that up online if you want. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit of an analysis on the US $1 bill. But I think it's really interesting because probably the most used bill in the US, the $1 bill, and there's all these little symbols on here, but really, do people stop to think what does that mean? But the research is out there and the information is out there. We have the luxury of having the internet nowadays, so this information is so freely available that you can do your own research on this stuff, which is awesome. But I think we all need to start looking into the hidden meanings of these kind of things. And then last but not least, I did want to say that I had the chance to watch The Matrix last week. That's a really good movie, guys. I ended up watching all three of them, but I would highly recommend just watching the first Matrix, because that really is a good indicator of where we are in the world and what kind of world we're living in. My favorite part of the movie is when Morpheus has the blue pill and the red pill, and he asks Neo which pill do you want to take, and he says you can take the blue pill and just believe whatever you want to believe, or you can take the red pill and I'll show you what, like, the reality of the world we're living in. And for me personally, I definitely have taken the red pill. I know what's going on in the world. As much as everybody wants to think it's the world is full of positivity and peaches and flowers, well, it's really not. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world, and there needs to be some people that talk about them, and that's why I started doing videos on this. But yeah, it's definitely a good movie. You guys should watch it. Another guy that I've been watching a lot of videos, his name is Mark Passio. He talks on YouTube as well, and he actually does a thorough analysis of the symbolism on this US $1 bill. And he also goes into numerology as well, which the occult people and the Satanists and Luciferians are really, really obsessed with numerology and numbers lining up. So that's another part of it. But I'll stop the video here. And until next time, guys, thanks for listening. Have a good day.